If you are already using the Sports Scoreboard preset we created earlier, now let's take it up a level and build this broadcast style end-of-the-match scoreboard preset. I'll start by dropping a Fusion comp on the edit timeline and open it in Fusion. Now grab a background node and connect it to media out. For now, I will just pick any background color because later we will make it transparent when we turn this into a preset. Next, I will bring in a rectangle mask and another background node and connect them into the flow. For this first bar, I will choose a gradient, light green on the left and a darker green on the right. You can adjust the gradient however you like until it feels right. Now I'll adjust the width and height to turn it into a clean, sleek bar, then slightly round the corners for that modern broadcast look and position it in the lower third area. To speed things up, I will copy this rectangle and its background, paste it, and merge it into the node tree. For this second bar, I will switch the colors to something darker, a pure black on the left and a dark gray on the right. Again, adjust the gradient until it looks good and then place this bar just below the green one. Now, to make sure the two bars meet cleanly with sharp corners instead of rounded edges, I will grab another rectangle mask. I will adjust its size a bit, position it right where the bars meet, and connect it into the blue mask input of the second merge. Don't forget to enable invert. Next, I will add a text node and merge it in. Type the tournament name. I will pick a clean font, adjust the size, and place it on the green bar. I'll also rename this text node. I will copy and paste this text node, rename it again, and merge it back in. This one will describe the different match type. I will change the font slightly, reduce the size to create contrast, and give it a slightly different shade of white so it doesn't compete with the main title. Now, to make swapping logos super easy, press Shift plus space and add a loader node. Then load your logo. After that, add a transform node and merge it into the flow. From the transform controls, I will resize it and place it on the left side of the green bar. Next, I will add another rectangle and background combo, connect them, merge them into the pipeline. I'll choose a light color, adjust the width and height, round the corners, uncheck solid, and increase the border width. Then I will position it here. Now here is a useful pro tip. If you want to create another bordered rectangle, you could just copy and paste this setup and merge it again. But there is a smarter way. Instead, you can just drag the output of this background into the output of the merge, and it will automatically create a new merge node for you. This branching technique is super powerful. It keeps your node tree cleaner, and fewer nodes means lighter and faster rendering for Fusion. But to keep things simple in this tutorial, I will stick with the copy and paste for now. Next, I will add a text node, rename it, merge it like before, and type the team A name. Adjust the size and make sure the horizontal anchor is set to left. Then I'll position it here. Now I'll copy and paste this text node, merge it again, rename it to team A set 1, and just enter 1 or 2-digit score. For this one, I will reset the horizontal anchor back to center and place it here. Then I'll copy this same text node again a couple more times, merge them into the flow, rename them properly, enter 1 or 2-digit score, and position them in their places. After that, I will copy the team A setup, duplicate it, and turn it into team B. I'll update the text to the team B name and position it properly. Now I will copy all 3 score nodes and paste them here. With them still selected, I will right-click the first one and choose Rename so I can batch rename them quickly. Next, I will merge them into the node tree one by one, enter 1 or 2-digit score, and position them properly. To keep them perfectly aligned, all their center Y values should match. It's already starting to look pretty solid, but it's going to look much better when we animate it. First, I will select the merge of the green bar, add frame 0, I will set the center Y to 0.53 and keyframe it. Then I will move forward about 15 frames and bring it back to 0.5. Now I will open the spline editor, select the center parameter, zoom to fit, select both keyframes and smooth the motion. To give the black bar the same animation, I'll copy the green bar merge, select the black bar merge, right-click center, and paste settings. Now here is a small issue. This weird gap between the bars during animation. That happens because the rectangle mask is static while the bars are moving. To fix it, I need to animate the rectangle mask as well. So at frame 0, I will copy the current center Y value, move the mask into the position so the both bars meet correctly, and keyframe it. Then I'll go forward about 15 frames and paste the center Y value. Open the spline editor, smooth the motion for the rectangle mask as well. Now both bars move and settle together. But to make it feel more like a smooth SAS style animation, I will open the keyframes editor, zoom to fit, and shift the animation by 2 frames so it starts at frame 2 and ends at frame 17. Then I'll just blend, set it to 0 at frame 1, keyframe it, and 1 frame later, bring it back to 1. Make sure you also offset the rectangle mask the same way, so everything stays perfectly in sync. Next, I will apply the same motion to the tournament name and match type text. I will copy the merge for the green bar and right-click the merge for the tournament and choose paste settings. And do the same for the match type. If you want a smoother fade instead of instant visibility, set blend to 0 at frame 0, keyframe it, then about 7 frames later, bring it back to 1. I'll copy that same setup to the match type text as well. Next, I will copy any of these merges and paste the settings onto the logo merge so it gets the same motion and fade. Now, for the bordered rectangles, I want them to follow the same movement as the black bar. So I'll just copy the black bar merge and paste the setting onto the each border rectangle merge. Finally, I will animate the team A. At frame 8, I will set blend to 0 and keyframe it. Move forward 7 frames and bring it back to 1. Then I will go back to frame 8, set center X to 0.48, keyframe it, move forward 15 frames, and bring it back to 0.5. I'll open the keyframe editor, keep only the center spline visible, zoom to fit, and smooth motion. And this is where Fusion gets really fun. I will just copy this merge and paste the same settings across the rest of the nodes. It saves a huge amount of time once you get used to this workflow. Now I'll walk you through turning this into a macro preset. I will select the first background node. For a proper transparent setup, we need the alpha channel and RGB channels to be 0. Then I'll hold Command or Control key and select the nodes in this exact same order. The order matters because it will be the same order inside the macro editor later, so make sure you select your nodes in a clean logical order. Once everything is selected properly, I will right-click any node, go to Macro, and choose Create Macro. In the macro editor, you will see all the nodes and parameters listed in the same order you selected. First, I will give the macro a name, then I will choose parameters I want to expose. In this case, we mainly need the style text controls for all the text nodes, and one loader node so we can easily swap the logo, resize, and reposition it. You can rename the style text parameters, but in the macro inspector, it won't really show those custom names. It mainly shows the text box itself. Now, once everything important is exposed, I will make sure the output of the last merge is checked. Then save the macro inside the titles folder. If you save it somewhere else, it won't show up in the edit page. Now let's test it. And yes, it works. If this was helpful, give the video a like and subscribe for more videos.